access your mind through your dreams. One simple idea can change everything, which is why I have to steal it.
Huh. Okay. Okay. Like, you understand the idea of inception now, right? If your consciousness gets hit by the black hole wave of energy as it engulfs your reality, okay? And the reality that's all around us has been created by a bunch of people that know this stuff and did everything by the numbers. And they've set up a crazy Truman Show-esque kind of way of perceiving all their creations if you think about it hard enough. You can draw yourself in the story of your higher self. But know that you're connected to your higher self, and the people around you are connected. However, the people in the flesh down here are not necessarily connected around one another. We're all scrambled up and about, guy. But I think the blast wave is hitting those of us that are onto this itch first, because we were more towards the middle. You know, like, I didn't ask to be whatever incarnation of the higher self of said individual above. You know, it's not like I had any choice in this. Welcome to my nightmare. So, you're a character that got hit by a blast wave in my reality. All of a sudden you wake up to the fact that you're living in a cell. You're living in a battery. And everything all around you is telling you that all the time. And even Genesis 1. It's like the story of turning on a battery. And that story is infinite. But we don't have infinite cellular energy devices, do we? So there's like clearly something wrong with the way the world works, right? That's kind of quantifiable. Now that you're armed with this, like, you know, pretty ridiculous argument from ignorance, which is kind of like irrefutable because it's math, and math is always right because it's numbers. It's just a different way of looking at it all the time. You just gotta keep track of where you are when you're looking at it, because it's a 9 by 9, and you're only thinking in terms of schooling and n+4 reality, when you should be really thinking about all the different ones all the way to n+9, back to n+1, n+2, n+3 finally. And there are infinite realities that branch off. God, there's tens, there's hundreds, there's thousands. You could have quadrillion babillions. Okay? Wow. In someone's reality, like mine, okay? If you think about what's happening in the reality above, in their time, and allow time to progress, and look at everything in terms of dots and lines and three-dimensional objects in a room which is filled with air for volume, and try to define a proper mind blast from, let's say, a black hole and a battery that you're creating. And lots of people created stuff over time, you know. People designed websites that I use to think about this and do research. People design movies. People design music. People design the buildings. People design everything. How many souls have gone into the creation of everything just for us to take a look around and observe what's right in front of our faces and how it's hidden in plain sight all around? I'm thinking I'm Earth's like trigger for like wake up time. to slavery and cellular mathematics and the legitimacy of cellular energy devices and all that. So I couldn't think about 3D printers if 3D printers didn't exist, and 3D printers couldn't exist unless there was slavery, right? You know, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. 3D printers wouldn't exist without the slavery that's been going on until right now. Lots of stuff wouldn't exist if it wasn't for slavery. It's a necessary evil, guy. It's a necessary evil. This is called the Treaty of the Antichrist. You have to forgive everything and everyone as long as they right their wrongs and fix reality fast with some kind of like monetary compensation for all, or cellular energy devices for all, or like, you know, end of like bank loans and stuff and all that stuff, and like a slow kind of weaning off of slavery for a little while would be nice. But yeah, it's just an idea, right? It's a story. It's a story about a guy so hurt that he thought about it and read the Bible, but didn't get past page 1. And this is what he found. He made it into a children's story about, like, daddy trying to prove his math right by creating the device in his brain, which mind blasted his higher self, which he connected to through a hole in a dodecahedron, through a hole in an icosahedron, through a flat earth, floaty bits of the reservoir, under the sea, into an air bubble, but pressed against the walls of the air bubble, where we live, because all our light comes from the central octahedral black hole of the battery. It's pretty infinite. So I'm the guy. He was literally trying to plead for you to accept this story as tangible fact of your reality. It's interesting. They should have picked a better guy. Okay, so, like, that's cool. And as long as you can imagine that you're in a building and then you just, like, picked up on a sniff of cellular energy and you have faith in someone, and, like, you know, people are going to confirm the math, like, over and over again, I'm going to assume, going forward, because that would be wise. But, like, you know, and then together as, you know, mayor of Whoville, we'll all get together, and after we put all our brains together and see what the heck this should be, and then we'll try to turn it on. Maybe we'll all be in the room when it happens. So no one will ever forget that this has happened and can happen ever again. Trust me, you don't want to go through the proof like I did ever again. You don't want to be the guy. You don't want to be this guy. Who's got 2 thumbs and you don't want to be this guy? If you were in my brain, you'd cry. You'd cry. Enough always terrible feelings to one person makes them so numb. Orion soul. Whatever that is. Person jaded by life. Because I should be a child at heart, but I was jaded in a mathematical way that apparently labels me an Orion soul. Maybe if I was a kid and I looked around and didn't think of everyone as crazy when I was a kid, I wouldn't be this way the way I am today. I wouldn't have this permanent defense mechanism block, shield around me, which tells me, just do what everyone says all the time so they leave you alone and go away. You know, your children, they can't speak sometimes, but they're always listening. They're always observing. And you have no idea how light can bend, guy. So you have no way of judging what I say, on how your actions can affect a child in the utmost intense way. I have to act in a certain way to not experience the same pain I experienced another time in my life when I was a child. That's how we're all raised. That's how we're all brought up. We all have different triggers. We're all unique, infinite creations of the Matrix. Working together right now, but not being very productive. Guy. So take a think about productivity and what would be the best way to utilize your time going forward with what you do with your energy. Because what you do with your energy and the time you're given is pretty much all you have. And it's relatively the only thing of any value ever in life as the guy with all these gods around you. Apparently don't understand how to act like gods. But no one, I guess, was looking for the, you know, to even think that's kind of insane, right? You're in Earth. You're in, so you're sane. You're in, therefore sane. You're in your safe space. Trust me, guy. As a bubble, a lot of soap bubbles merge. It makes a giant bubble. That's what it is, man. It's an immaculate inception. Wow. The immaculate conception of a baby? Yeah, okay. It's not conception, it's inception. An I, an O, and a C. I am not the next level of this outreach nonsensicalness, I believe. I believe that people are better suited at this job than I. Those are the next step, people. And now we're all waiting on you guys. Start the chatter. The longer it takes us to even hear about this, so it allows you to have a opinion about this, the longer it's like we're in pause frame, in a higher self reality, where that infinite expanding consciousness bubble of energy is still and nothing changes. Or you can fast forward your higher self reality, a couple milliseconds, and allow that bubble to engulf the whole planet of ET. And then you can allow yourself that moment of ultimate eureka wowness about the upside down, backwards, and flipped reality that has been purposely created for us, only to experience an immaculate conception via inception. What was I doing? I was gonna watch Inception. Radio. Yeah. What does this symbolize? Yeah, I'm gonna turn it off.